All right, today we're talking about creating value with color. We have done value with just our pencil. Remember how we did that was just pressing down harder as we went along. So when we came to this box, we pressed really hard and we pressed lighter, all the way, and we left the last box white. When you come into doing a piece of artwork in color, how do you create these values? You can do the lighter versions by just going dark, lighter, lighter, lighter. You can also, for those tints, use white, by mixing in a little white with your color. You can get kind of a more pure, more solid looking value. But how do we do these darker tones? So what we're gonna do today is the blue value scale. How we do darker tones in color. We look at our color wheel. You're gonna use complementary colors, okay? Complementary colors are opposite on the color wheel. So the opposite of red, we have green. The opposite of blue, we have orange. And the opposite of yellow, we have our purple. Now, if you notice, green, we have our yellow and blue, okay? So really, we're using the other two primaries to gray it down, okay? I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's do the blue hue. You're going to color in this circle. We're gonna figure out what tone this blue is. So if I kind of squint my eyes and take a look at these, shades of gray, this blue does sort of match somewhere here or here. I'm gonna put it here. You can just lighten up on your touch, get a little less blue here. Remember, squinting your eyes, almost closed, looking through your eyelashes helps you kind of see, it eliminates everything else, and you kind of see, you can match your tones a little better. I think this can get a little darker. Okay, so going to this darker shade, we need to use, remember, the opposite color, which is orange. And orange is the other two primaries. Orange is red and yellow. So we are gonna start with the orange. We're gonna go very light. So first, red is the half of orange. We're gonna put that first. And then we're gonna put a little yellow. Remember, go nice and light starting out. You can always go darker, but it's a lot harder to lighten once you get too dark. So you got your orange there, and then we're gonna come in right on top with our blue. Okay, now this is gonna darken that tone because complementary colors, opposite colors, they neutralize, they darken, they gray down. So as you add this is gonna look a little brown. So you wanna keep mixing that blue in until you get a blue. That matches pretty good. So now we're gonna go to the last one. Same thing, we're gonna put our orange in first. I'm gonna go a little darker because I know that it has to be darker than this one. So I'm gonna add a little more red. I'm gonna add a little more yellow. Again, going a little lighter than I think, because if we go too dark, And on this one, we might not be able to get like a blue tint because it might not mix well. So I'm still gonna go a little less than I think, and then I can add more once I check it out. So putting this on right away, it looks very similar. So I'm just gonna come right back in with a little more red and some more yellow. And now I'm gonna go in with my blue. And this one I'm pressing pretty hard. I want to get enough blue on here so it doesn't look like a brown. So that is how you are going to do tones with color. You need to add the opposite color. So with red, we used green. Blue, we used orange. Now with yellow, we're gonna do purple for this one. Yellow is a little more difficult, but we'll go over that next. Okay, we're gonna move on to the yellow value scale. Yellow can be a little difficult because it's so light. So we're gonna take our time with this, coloring in the hue first. We're gonna match this. I feel like this yellow is hitting right here. So we're gonna have quite a few more darker values going this way. We can add some white to that one. All right, so checking out our color wheel, we need to find the opposite color of yellow to gray down or to darken our yellow. We got purple. Remember, purple or violet is red and blue mixed together. So we're gonna be using red and blue to create the opposite color, violet, to darken our yellow. So we are gonna take our time with this. I'm gonna start out very lightly. I'm gonna actually use the side here just to get a test on my pressure. I'm gonna go very light with this. A little blue, a very little red on here first. And then we're coming in with our yellow. So if you notice right off, this is looking a little green. So I'm gonna add a little more red very lightly. Now this yellow, doing values with yellow is very difficult because it's such a light color. So you just have to be very gentle. Using some white just to mix it because I don't want to do too much. So let's go to the next one. Same process. We're going to be, again, very gentle. And come back in with your yellow. Again, that one's looking a little green. So I'm going to come with more red. Again, with my yellow, mix it. You can press this in and kind of do circular motion with your pencil. So we're filling this all the way in with our purple. I'm noticing that it seems to work better to put the red first and then the blue. Let's see how that works out. It just needs to be a little darker, so I'm going to go back in with some purple. Again, purple is the blue and the red mixed together. And we're adding the yellow again. I'm gonna go a little more blue in this. I see a little too much red in here. All right, and let's do our last one. Remember I did red first. I think I'm gonna try that same technique, putting red first, then blue. We have to be careful with this last one because yellow does tend to lighten because it's a lighter color. I want to make sure I have a dark tone in this box. So I'm gonna go pretty dark with that purple. Try it out. Yep, I'm gonna go even darker. All right, let's get that yellow in there. It still looks a little light to me, so I'm just gonna come in one more time. All right, so like I said, yellow is a little harder to do, but you'll get a great value scale using the complementary color or opposite color, violet. Try it.